besides being the creator of the most listened to podcast in the world. Joe Rogan is a comedian, presenter, and entrepreneur who lives a life of comfort and ostentation. With a career marked by controversy and success, he enjoys impressive luxuries, whether driving million-dollar cars or living in mega mansions across the United States. But have you ever stopped to think about how this great communicator lives? In today's video, you'll find out everything about Joe Rogan's luxurious life, from details about his fortune to the expensive toys he collects away from the spotlight. Check out all the details now. Born in 1967 in Newark, New Jersey, Joseph James Rogan, better known as Joe Rogan, is a famous American podcaster, presenter, commentator, and comedian. Having started his professional career as a comedian in 1988 in Boston, Rogan spent a few years honing his humorous skills until, in 1994, he moved to Los Angeles, where he appeared in several sitcoms of the time, such as Hardball and NewsRadio, where he gained prominence as a comic actor. In the following years, Rogan also became a commentator and interviewer for the UFC, a role he still holds today. And in 2000, he released his first comedy special, called I'm Gonna Be Dead Someday, consolidating his career in stand-up. In 2001, Rogan took on the role of host of the game show Fear Factor, which further boosted his visibility on American television. After the reality show ended in 2006, he returned to focusing on comedy tours and independent content production, which led him to launch the Joe Rogan Experience in 2009, which over time became a global phenomenon, receiving millions of views worldwide. The enormous popularity of the podcast, along with Joe Rogan's influence, attracted the attention of Spotify, which in 2020 signed an exclusive contract to broadcast the program. And thanks to his multifaceted career, Joe Rogan has become one of the richest and most influential communicators of today, now enjoying a very comfortable and carefree life. When it comes to choosing a good place to live, the word economy is not part of Joe Rogan's vocabulary. For example, he once owned a charming French country-style residence that he bought with his wife in 2003. Located in the gated community of Bell Canyon, California, the 2.14-acre property is a true paradise for those who enjoy living in touch with nature. Taking a look at the house, records show that it was built in the 1970s and has over 7,500 square feet of interior space, with spacious and clean rooms that bring a feeling of lightness and comfort. The living room, for example, has an open floor plan and large floor-to-ceiling windows offering views of the outdoors. The gourmet kitchen is predominantly white, which contrasts with the exposed wooden beams on the ceiling, and is equipped with top-of-the-line appliances, custom countertops, a pantry for groceries, and a family room right next door, great for relaxing after meals. And of course, the comedian's house also had a game room with a built-in bar, a laundry room with marble finishes, a gym where the presenter exercised, and an office that even has a giant King Kong poster. This beautiful residence also features 5 large, luxurious bedrooms with a clean style, each with its own bathroom for the convenience of residents and guests. The suite that belonged to Joe Rogan, for example, has sliding glass doors and features a bathroom with double vanities, a sunken garden tub, and a closet with classic wooden shelves. Outside, the residence has a minimalist backyard overlooking a patio with a built-in pool, and because the property is located on top of a cliff, it has a breathtaking view of the city. There are also many areas with lawns for outdoor leisure, for parking spaces, and a Spanish-style meditation atrium in the center of the property, where you can relax while gazing at the sky. When he purchased the residence, Joe Rogan paid $2.33 million for it, and after living there for 17 years, he decided to sell it for $3.45 million, making a profit of $1.12 million. But that's not the only house he's owned in California. In 2018, the comedian purchased a larger, more modern mansion than the previous one in the same area in Bell Canyon, also located high up in an enclave. Built in 2018, the mansion has more than 8,700 square feet of floor space and features large glass walls that make it even more luxurious. Among the main rooms of this mansion is a graceful living room, which is next to the elegant dining room for 8 people, and the chef's kitchen with custom cabinets, which features a huge island for preparing recipes and includes a beautiful breakfast area. There are also more private living areas, which are close to sliding glass walls, as well as 8 exquisite bathrooms, an office, a wine cellar with a climate-controlled wine room, and a game room that also functions as a cinema. As for the bedrooms, there are 6 suites distributed throughout the property, each one well lit by natural light thanks to the windows and glass doors. The largest of these, which undoubtedly belongs to the presenter, has a beautiful view of the pool, a small wet bar, and a large bathroom with a soaking tub. Outside, the mansion is located on a lush 1.27-acre lot and features beautiful gardens that create a pleasant atmosphere for everyday life. But without a doubt, the space that draws the most attention is the infinity pool area, which has a spa, an outdoor fireplace, and a built-in barbecue for celebration days, not to mention the incredible views that only this mansion offers. And to live with sophistication in this place, the presenter had to pay dearly. According to some sources, Joe Rogan bought this mansion in 2019 for approximately $5 million. And if he wants to sell the property in the future, he will certainly make a nice profit, since according to some real estate websites, it now has an estimated market value of over $6.8 million. It comes as no surprise to anyone that Joe Rogan is a man who is completely passionate about high-performance vehicles. To give you an idea of the cars that have passed through his garage, here are a few examples. A 1973 Chevrolet Chevelle worth $25,000. A 1968 Oldsmobile 442 worth $44,000. First-generation Acura NSX worth $60,000. And a Mark IV Toyota Supra, a classic vehicle that can be found for around $75,000. As for the cars he currently has in his garage, it is speculated that he owns vehicles such as 2014 Ford Mustang GT worth $32,000. A 1969 Chevrolet Nova worth $38,000, a BMW M3 worth $47,000, a Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat worth $80,000, a 1965 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray worth over $100,000, a Tesla Cybertruck worth $110,000, 1970 Plymouth Barracuda Sick Fish custom car valued at $134,000, Ford F-150 Hennessy Velociraptor 600 worth $145,000, 1993 Porsche 964 911 RS America worth $150,000, 1995 Toyota Land Cruiser FCJ80 TLC 4x4 valued at $185,000, and a Sharkworks Porsche 911 GT3 RS worth $188,000. Moving on to the most expensive vehicles in his collection, he is believed to own a 1971 Ford Bronco that was modified by Icon 4x4. And because it is a rare car, it is highly coveted by enthusiasts and can cost more than $200,000. Another very expensive car that Rogan has is a Tesla Model S Apex Edition, one of the highest performance customized versions of the electric sedan, which has a more imposing look and a more refined interior. And to own a machine like this, you have to shell out around $249,000. Going even higher in price, some sources suggest that he owns a 993 Gunther Works Porsche 911, an extremely elegant vehicle, of which only 25 customized models have been made. And to give you an idea of the price, it is estimated that the presenter's car cost more than $565,000. The most expensive vehicle he has been seen in is a Hennessy Venom F5, an ultra-exclusive hypercar built by Hennessy Vehicles, which has a twin-turbo V8 engine and can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.6 seconds. And it's no wonder that this machine costs a fortune, with a price tag of approximately $3 million. Many people wonder where Joe Rogan currently lives and where he records his controversial podcast. His main mansion is located in the city of Austin, in the U.S. state of Texas, and is an exuberant modern Asian-inspired residence that was once the home of designer Benjamin Wood. With almost 11,000 square feet of interior space, the entrance to the property features antique furniture and oriental artwork, and the main level has an open layout that includes living rooms with large glass windows offering beautiful views of the outdoors, as well as a bar with a wooden counter and a library, which has a reading table lined with shelves full of decorative items. The kitchen features rustic light fixtures and two islands that mirror each other in front of a dining room for 8 people, while at the back, there is another more private living room with wooden walls. In addition to all this, Joe Rogan has built his own gym on the premises since he bought it, which has modern equipment for him to exercise on a daily basis and even has a large TV, as well as his studio where he records his podcast and a huge garage for his cars. The mansion also has a small office, 7 elegant bedrooms, and 9 bathrooms, some with soaking tubs for relaxation. Outside, the property covers almost 4 acres and has balconies where Rogan can sit and relax, a dining table with a barbecue, and a party deck near Lake Austin, as well as a large swimming pool shaded by trees. According to some sources, the reason the presenter left California for Texas was to save his fortune, as the state's income taxes are much lower. And as reported by the media, the presenter's mansion cost an incredible $14.4 million. Entertainment celebrities like Joe Rogan have more than enough money to enjoy a lot of luxury and comfort. To always be well-dressed and elegant, for example, the presenter spares no expense on luxury watches, such as Casio G-Shock Mudmaster GG1000 for $300, Trosser H3 Red Combat for $550, Breitling Super Ocean Heritage B20 for $4,300, Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch for $4,500, Seiko SLA 033 Captain Willard for $5,000, Painrai Radio Mirror PAM 00512 for $7,200, Painrai Luminar Submersible PAM 024 for $8,000, Rolex Submariner Yachtmaster for $8,900, Omega Seamaster Diver 300M for $9,500, Rolex Yachtmaster 40 for $10,000, Omega Speedmaster Moonphase for $10,900, Rolex Sea Dweller Deep Sea for $17,000, Rolex Submariner Yellow Gold for $44,000, and even a Rolex Cosmograph Daytona 116509, an elegant accessory in 18-karat white gold, which features a dark gray racing dial accented by striking red highlights. And to give you an idea, the presenter's jewelry is valued at $70,000. When it comes to getting around safely and comfortably, Joe Rogan invests in beautiful means of transportation, such as private jets and mega yachts when he is on vacation on the high seas. And to rent each of these luxury vehicles, he spends a lot of money. With such a multifaceted career, there is no doubt that Joe Rogan is a man who knows how to diversify his sources of income. As an actor, for example, the amounts he received for participating in sitcoms were never officially disclosed, but for hosting the show Fear Factor, it is believed that he received more than $100,000 per episode at the height of the show. As a UFC commentator, Rogan became one of the most recognizable voices in the sport and played a key role in popularizing pay-per-view events. According to some estimates, he receives between $50,000 and $60,000 per main event, totaling about $500,000 per year. Considering that Joe Rogan has been doing this job for about 28 years, it is possible that he has already pocketed around $14 million in total. As a comedian, Joe Rogan also performs stand-up shows that are often sold out, which certainly generate good income for him. In addition, the presenter also receives good sums for other comedy specials, such as Netflix's Strange Times, which generated a profit of $5 million for him. Outside of entertainment, he is the co-founder of Onnit, a health supplement company, which must have also earned him a good amount of money, in addition to having a partnership with Kill Cliff, with which he collaborated on some lines of CBD-based energy drinks. Due to his enormous popularity, Joe Rogan is also a social media celebrity, with over 20 million followers on Instagram alone. With this impressive reach, many brands have already invested in partnerships with him, taking advantage of his influence. And thanks to all this, we can say that Joe Rogan is a big businessman. As one of the most influential communicators in the world, it is a fact that Joe Rogan has accumulated an impressive fortune throughout his career. His main source of income is undoubtedly the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, which became a global phenomenon in 2015. At that time, it is estimated that he earned around $5 million per year, adding up all advertising and multi-platform distribution revenues. With the exponential growth of the audience, some sources began to indicate that the podcast generated up to $20 million annually even before entering into an agreement with Spotify. And to give you an idea of how big the deal was, Spotify signed a contract with Rogan in 2020 for the exclusive distribution rights to the program for 3 years, valued at $200 million. Since then, the Joe Rogan Experience has become the most listened to podcast in Spotify's history, which led to the contract being renewed in 2024 for another $250 million, but without the exclusivity clause, allowing distribution on other platforms as well. Considering all his sources of income, there are rumors that Joe Rogan currently earns around $60 million per year. And that is why some sources currently estimate that the presenter has a net worth of $200 million. But with everything we have seen so far, it is quite possible that this figure is even higher. Hey, you like the video? So don't forget about leave your like and comment, and tell some suggestions of another videos, and hopefully we gonna do it. All about channel deals to satisfy your curiosity.